everyone, welcome back to my channel. Long time since I've been talking on my YouTube channel, to be honest. But in today's video I want to take you on a journey through my first year of being an independent singer-songwriter. I've structured this video into 5 topics I want to talk about, and maybe a little disclaimer in the beginning, I don't feel like a pro at all. I still feel like a newbie till this point. So this is more a video about my experiences and what I realized. It was an incredible roller coaster ride with a lot of incredible experiences, but also challenges, and I've learned a lot. So that is what I want to talk about. And if you are curious about the money thing, because obviously there's no money to earn in music, right? Then stay till the end. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's dive right in. Actually, don't mind this girl not mentioning her name once throughout the whole video. She's I, and I'm Anja, small singer-songwriter from Germany, Schwabeländle. Hallo. The first thing I want to talk to you about is how actually everything came to be, where have I been 1 year ago? Why did I decide to do music full-time, and why 1 year, and all that kind of stuff. Basically, 1 year ago I did have my day job and I was a musician on the side. I did it as a hobby, but then, COVID came a while ago, and then I decided, okay, maybe I want to get more into songwriting, and I've released my first music. At that time I was like, okay, this is fun, and I think maybe I want to do this full time, but I don't know how anything works because I'm not in the music business and my family has never been in the music business. How does everything work? Then my plan originally was to do this as a side business and work very hard to make it fly, and then as soon as I can live from it, I quit my day job. The secure way. That was the original plan, but then life came around, and sooner than later I quit my day job, and I was like, okay, I am never gonna be this young. I never will have that little responsibility in my life, so if not now, when then? It's a time to try and fail, because I don't get younger, basically. So that is why I decided to do this full-time without having a plan on how it could work. And that's why I gave myself 1 year. 1 year to prove that I can make money. 1 year to see if actually the music business is for me or not. And let's be honest, I couldn't afford to do it longer than 1 year. That is how my decision came about. Off to the second point, which would be songwriter versus artist. I was a singer first and foremost, did songwriting for myself, by myself, in my bedroom. I did not show my songs to anyone. And when I decided to get more into songwriting, I was like, oh, okay, there's a whole world of songwriters who are actually not artists themselves, so they write for other people. That is what I did a lot. Then this past year, I did have clients that were artists. I did a lot of costume songwriting where I wrote for weddings or other occasions, other events. And then it was an artist project. One of my goals was to release my first EP, my debut album. And pretty soon I realized that these are basically 2 full-time jobs. I thought when you are into music and you are a singer-songwriter or whatever, that is like one thing, and basically it doesn't make a difference if you're a songwriter or a singer. That's not the case. So I tried to balance 2 things, basically. Being a songwriter for other people, being an artist, performing, writing and performing my own songs. That was a fun experience, but also pretty interesting, and now looking back on it, I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner, to be honest. Maybe it's because I haven't been in the music business and I did not know a lot of people, and I did not know a lot of ways there are in music. But yeah, that is the first thing that I've realized. And also it led me to, there are so many ways you can be in the music business. It's not only the artist who performs on stage. There are so many behind the scene jobs I haven't been aware of. That was super fun to learn. I've met a lot of incredible people, and learning about what they actually do and how they found their way into what they do now, it was so fun. It was so cool to see and to learn. Best experience, or one of the best experiences this year. I've already talked about the balancing things out. Yeah, that's my third point, time management. I thought I'm good at it. Turns out I don't know if I'm really good at it. I still try to figure it out. What helps me a lot is that my studio is actually not a home studio, so I have to drive there. That helps a lot because I have to leave the house. It helps me to structure my day. But I think the biggest challenge still to this day is to balance the times where I'm creative and the times where I do management stuff. Since I'm an independent artist who's doing everything by myself till this point, I was surprised how little time you actually spend on making music and creating music, and how much bigger the management part of everything is. Also, I tend to get lost in the management part sometimes because I feel like it's more controllable, you know. I try to over organize things and get into that management thing a lot whenever I struggle with overwhelmness, because then I feel like, okay, in this part I can control stuff. The creative part is more like, you know, I don't know. So yeah, I still have to manage how I structure my day or my week or my time in general into when do I have my times where I can get creative, where it's okay to waste time. Because that is my biggest issue. Like, I only have 24 hours a day, and how do I plan them in the best way? And for me, it's super important to keep writing even though there is not a project deadline or something, just to write even songs for myself that maybe never see the light of day, but because of the fact that songwriting for me started out as some kind of journaling, I feel like whenever I try to skip that for a while, or I only write for other projects and not for myself, it's not working out for a long period of time, because I feel like I'm losing my center, or like my connection to myself, or I don't know. But yeah, that was like time management and dealing with the different tasks. Still super challenging, but I feel like I get better and I learn and I improve, and that is fine. Next topic, which I find super important to talk about and was like a very fun experience for me, networking. A lot of people I've met who are way longer in the music business than I am and know so much more, who are like pros, you know. Every one of them tells you that it's all about networking. That is my experience as well, that the music business is very connection based, more than other businesses. Not that I have a lot of knowledge about other businesses, but yeah, I feel like it's very important to have a network, to have a connection. Therefore, I was a student at the TSA, the Songwriting Academy, and it helped me so much with getting to know like-minded people, which is one of the most important things, I feel like. I've met incredible mentors who helped me a lot. I've also learned a lot about songwriting, and it helped me building up my self-esteem when it comes to me being a songwriter. I recommend it so much, having a network and a community with like-minded people. That is one of the most important things. To be honest, the internet and Zoom and all the online platforms just have been such a blessing, because I could sit at home, because in the beginning I could only sit at home and I could be a student at the TSA, for example, and yet I do miss the real lifetime connection. New year, new opportunities. We'll see where it will take me. And then last topic, which would be finances, because obviously we all know, if you are a musician, you most likely will not get rich. And at least this is what people tell you. This is what I grew up with, hearing a lot. That is why I actually did not study music, because I thought, okay, I don't want to be a music teacher. and I don't know other ways to make money with music. And that is super funny because now, from the knowledge I have now, I can say that there are so many ways of making money in music. You just have to be very creative. There are so many ways to monetize what you do and what you love. You just have to find ways. Especially, I feel like when you want to stay an independent artist, who basically is self-funded, and most of the time, you have to find ways how to fund your lifestyle and your projects. The music business, actually, there is a lot of money flowing in the music business. It's just not that accessible to you right away, I feel like, because also music is kind of a long-term investment. I almost feel like I have these two things, the songwriting and the artist thing, and the money is playing differently in these fields, because as a songwriter I could get money for providing a service. Clients pay me for writing them a song. That is where the money flows more easily or faster maybe. And then the artist thing is more of a long-term investment, because you have to invest a lot in your projects at first. We all know that you can't live from streaming alone, so it's more of the royalties and the revenues are something you try to place your music in good places where it can like make you money on a long-term basis, kind of a passive income. You have these two different ways of earning money. The long-term thing, where it's hard to earn money right away if you're not live gigging, and then the songwriting thing, which is maybe more easy, but depends on the clients you have, depends on the network you have, depends on a lot of things, to be honest. So before we talk numbers, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another video in the future. I'm super glad that you're still here and that you find my video interesting. Let's get into numbers. One of my goals, as I said, was to release my EP, my first one, and it has around 30,000 streams on Spotify, which I've been told is pretty solid for someone who's doing everything by themselves. I've had an amazing producer I've worked with, but other than his work, everything I've done myself, also with basically zero budget. And therefore, I think it's solid, it's okay, it's cool as a first project. It proved itself to be good. A success. Then songs. How many songs have I written? 52 songs. Some of them are released, some of them will be released, some of them will maybe never see the light of day, we will see. And then the last number, how much did I earn in this first year of being a full-time singer-songwriter independently? I've earned €7,163.74. What is included? It's included my songwriting, everything I've earned from social media, from affiliate marketing and all that kind of stuff. It's not included revenues and royalties, because to be honest, at this point it wouldn't make a huge difference. And also, I have to say that I haven't done any live gigging. Till this day, an artist usually earns the most out of gigging and performing live, and I didn't do that at all. Did I reach my goals with all of that? I can answer that with yes, because I've proven to myself that I can make money in music and that there is money in music, and that I think is the most important realization and lesson learned out of that. Because then it's just about improving, continuing, getting better, making things bigger, you know. To be able to answer this question with a clear yes was super important for me, as well as the question, do I think I want to continue working in the music business? Definitely yes. I think I just can say that I found my thing. I hope that I bring everything to the table that it takes. If you want to follow me on this journey, hit the subscribe button, or also follow me on Instagram, because there I am the most active. If you want to know anything more specifically, if you want me to take a video more in detail on some of these topics, just comment down below. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.